My name is Amanda Richardson. I was born in Springfield and I've lived here most of my life. And I just want to say that I'm so angry about the changes in Springfield in recent years. I can't believe these Haitian immigrants would come here and fill jobs that local Springfield residents would not or could not do. They're working hard, including working overtime, and now they've raised the average city wage for both Springfield and Clark County. They're paying income tax to the city that the city desperately needs for services like police and fire. They're making some of the local losers look bad by their example. It's unbelievable. The Haitian immigrants are working overtime to save up money to buy up all the dilapidated, condemned, and boarded up homes in Springfield, then fixing those houses up to make them livable again. This is raising property values across the city and county to the point where the valuation of all real estate in the city surpassed $1 billion last year for the first time ever. This in turn increases the property taxes paid to Clark County for those homes that are now no longer boarded up nuisances. How awful. I can't believe they're helping to fund our government and beautify our neighborhoods.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and imagine this. You've just arrived in a new country, a place that's supposed to be a beacon of hope. But instead of finding open arms, you're met with voices of disdain and mistrust. Not just from a few angry individuals, but from powerful leaders. People like Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, who choose to vilify your struggle, using it to rile up their base with lies and fear-mongering. Now imagine being one of those people who's lived in that community your entire life, watching the fabric of your town unravel because of fear and hate. That's the reality in Springfield, Ohio, where ordinary citizens are being forced to take a stand against this wave of dishonesty and harmful rhetoric. Two brave citizens saw the dangerous path this rhetoric was leading their community down, and they weren't about to stay silent. One of these citizens, a local woman, decided to troll the MAGA supporters and their baseless fears in the best possible way by calling out the truth.
These Haitian immigrants are now spending money in our community to where new restaurants and retail spaces keep opening up across the city. And not just businesses run by Haitian. What absolute madness. Now we have new businesses in town generating more tax revenue for our city and county? I have a good paying job with great benefits. I don't need SNAP or TAMP, but because I have main character syndrome and the entire world should revolve around me, I want the exorbitant benefits that some of these Haitian immigrants get, which is $292 for SNAP, aka food stamps, and $363 in cash per month for a single adult. Everyone knows that $655 per month lets you live like a millionaire in Springfield. I don't need it, but I want it before anyone else, because why should we help folks who have legally come to our country, but they have to wait for their work permit so they don't starve? I mean, feeding the hungry in our community? This is lunacy.
She went to the heart of the issue, painting a picture of the positive contributions that immigrants have made to Springfield, working jobs that others won't, buying up and restoring rundown properties, and pouring their earnings back into local businesses.
As the senator from the great state of Ohio, J.D. Vance, said back in 2021, childless cat ladies are ruining America. As a childless cat lady, I take my duty to ruin America very seriously. I do this by simply choosing to live my life differently than J.D. Vance's personal religious beliefs would dictate me to do. Mayor Rue, Commissioners Estrop, Brown, Houston, and Tackett, I hope you sit up there and think about what you've done. Because of your support of the Haitian community and the rest of Springfield and Clark County, how am I supposed to ruin America if I can't even ruin Springfield first? I am so disappointed in you. Thank you.
She laid out the facts one by one, showcasing how these immigrants have revitalized entire neighborhoods, raised property values, and even increased tax revenue for city services. In other words, these immigrants are doing the work that others couldn't or wouldn't do, building a brighter future for everyone in the community. And if that wasn't enough, comedian Walter Masterson took it a step further. Posing as a J.D. Vance campaign worker, Masterson trolled Trump and Vance's supporters by shining a light on the absurdity of their beliefs.
We mean no disrespect to the hardworking people of Haiti. Listen, it's simple. We love immigration. We just don't want illegal immigration. Now, the Haitian community has immigrated here legally, and we think that should be illegal. Ever since the Haitians have arrived, they've been dressing like prom every day. They're buying groceries from local businesses, and property values have skyrocketed. Oh, wait, they're going up? All right, so property values are going up because the Haitians are paying above market rent on time with money. Money that, they've earned from, taking black jobs, I guess. We're from the J.D. Vance campaign. That's our official motto. We believe in the American dream over at the J.D. Vance campaign. And in order to achieve that dream, we need to stop other people from that dream. America.
With satire and sarcasm, he held up a mirror to their fears, forcing them to confront the ridiculousness of the lies they've been fed. Masterson's trolling wasn't just a joke, it was a powerful statement exposing how these baseless accusations are a tool used by people like Trump and Vance to manipulate the undereducated and the easily influenced. You see, Donald Trump and J.D. Vance know that stoking fear is an easy way to rally support. They know that for some, it's simpler to believe in these harmful stereotypes than to confront the real issues facing their communities. Instead of addressing economic inequality, broken healthcare systems, or job scarcity, they offer a convenient scapegoat: immigrants. They paint these newcomers as threats, thieves, and criminals, when in reality, it's people like Trump and Vance who profit from division and chaos. And here's the sad irony. America is a nation built by immigrants, people who came from every corner of the world, leaving behind hardship and persecution for a chance at a new life. The poem at the base of the Statue of Liberty, the one that reads, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free," is a promise that this country was meant to be a refuge for those seeking freedom and opportunity. But here we are, in a time where the very leaders who claim to defend American values are the ones tearing them apart with lies and xenophobia. This cycle of fear and scapegoating isn't new. We saw it with the Irish immigrants in the 1800s who were vilified as dirty, violent, and untrustworthy. We saw it with the Italians who were branded as criminals and outsiders, with the Polish, with the Chinese, with every wave of immigrants who dared to seek a better life on American soil. Each time, a select group of privileged voices tried to keep these newcomers out, claiming they would ruin America. And each time, history has shown us that these immigrants contributed to the very fabric of this country, making it stronger, more diverse, and more resilient. And yet, here we are again. Trump and Vance, wrapped in their America First rhetoric, have no problem recycling these tired, hateful tropes to serve their political agendas. They're counting on the fact that their supporters are too scared or too uninformed to question what they're really being told. They want their base to see immigrants as enemies, not as people seeking the same chance that many of their ancestors once sought. But there's a deeper issue here, one rooted in fear and insecurity. The people who latch onto this rhetoric are often those who feel left behind, who struggle with their own feelings of inadequacy. It's easier for them to project that frustration outward, to look for a target to blame rather than examining the real sources of their pain. And Trump and Vance are all too happy to provide that target, selling the lie that immigrants are to blame for their struggles. But in Springfield, the people aren't buying it. The brave actions of this woman and Walter Masterson show us that there is power in truth, in standing up against lies and fear-mongering, by holding these leaders accountable, by pushing back against the narratives they're trying to sell. Springfield citizens are protecting their community from the divisions that Trump and Vance thrive on. Their actions remind us that standing up for what's right isn't just about protecting immigrants. It's about preserving the very soul of America. Because if we want a future where opportunity and freedom are available to all, we need to reject the lies that people like Trump and Vance are spreading. We need to refuse to let our country be defined by hate and fear, and instead embrace the values that truly makes us strong: unity, compassion, and resilience. It's time to look beyond the scare tactics, beyond the empty promises, and recognize that our strength as a nation has always come from our diversity, from our willingness to welcome those who seek a better life. Just like the citizens in Springfield who stood up for the truth, we all have a role to play in pushing back against this wave of hate. So let's take a page from their book. Let's be informed, let's be engaged, and let's hold our leaders accountable, because the future of this country, the future of who we are as a people, depends on our willingness to stand up, just as these two citizens did. It's not enough to sit on the sidelines. We have to be active to call out the lies and to remind each other of the promise that America was built on. If we want an economy that works for all of us, if we want a society where everyone has a chance, then we need to confront the forces that thrive on division and hate. The actions of these two citizens show us the way forward. Their courage, their humor, and their commitment to truth are exactly what we need in this fight. Because in the end, it's not the fearmongers who define America. It's the people who believe in the promise of a better future for everyone. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.